Good evening, friends, again. Part 2 of the 2012 and attachment talk. I was thinking, after finishing part 1, that there were a few more salient points I should touch on. Things left uncovered. I was intending attachment in the Buddhist sense, whereby attachment to the objects of desire are the source of suffering, and that to relinquish one's attachments is the first step in moving away from a life of suffering and moving towards a life of, how shall we say, calm acceptance and loving embrace of what is rather than what one would love to be. In that connection, I was thinking of the phrase that you hear people utter, and you sometimes see it on t-shirts and badges: be the change you want to see in the world. And to that extent, I would add that to my comments on the prophesiers of either revelation or doom connected to 2012. If there are desired changes in the world that you believe are coming down the pike, December 21, 2012, try to relinquish your desire for those changes by embodying them in yourself. Thus, as I was saying, move into this perception of orbs and their spirit friends. Move into communication with spirit, whether it be human spirit, i.e. deceased human beings, angelic beings, or extraterrestrial beings, or even ascended masters, as I have spoken of before. All these beings are ready to communicate, and myself and other channelers and book writers have made this quite plain. Another point I'd like to make is the manifestation issue. It would appear to some of us, not all of us, myself included in the some, that the art of manifestation is becoming more and more possible, probable, likely. The famous book, The Secret, talked a lot about that. Now, on the astral plane, which we are moving vibrationally towards all the time and have been for dozens, if not decades of years, maybe even a century, on the astral plane, manifestation is relatively easy once you've been shown the ropes. You can manifest any amount of form: a leaf, a flower, a box, a chair, a painting, a house eventually, once you've been shown the ropes by those more attuned to the principles. This goes on all the time and has done. You can check any spiritualist book from the last 150 years and you will see accounts of people manifesting their surroundings. Mainly their house and their furnishings, but their surroundings generally. Now, in some of the between-life regression books, in Michael Newton's, for a particular example, there are those who, under hypnosis, recall being taught the art of manifestation in the between incarnation existence in spirit. Now, that's only a few people that remember that. Some out-of-body travelers, including myself, have experienced it too. You will find accounts of it in the various OBE and NDE books. Now, what I believe is going to happen is that manifestation will become easier here on the physical plane than it has ever been before. It won't be easy, but it will be easier as our vibration level increases. And there are those amongst us in the New Age community who are attempting this now. I know of no cases so far where someone has produced a plate of scrambled eggs, but we're working on it. And people are often occupying themselves with manifesting a future that they would like to have, an opportunity, a job, a set of circumstances that will enable forward motion in their life. And there are many stories of that nature that you can pick up in books and on the web. So in terms of what I believe is going to happen or being brought forward with 2012 and the process, the ascension process that 2012 is a part of, not an end point of, but a part of, is manifestation. Now, how fast it will come online remains to be seen, but it will come online. And I'm sure the initial declarations of success will be greeted with skepticism and derision and camera crews trying to prove that it was all a fraud. Now, just as when you see photographs of UFOs in the sky taken by people you do not know, strangers, you have to rely on someone else's opinion, a photography expert, as to the reality of it. And I had to do this until a good friend of mine, whom I trust implicitly, honest as the day is long, produced such a photograph and told me that he was telepathically contacted by the aliens who said, look up and take a photograph. And he did. And it's not a standard exactly, but fairly typical saucer-shaped UFO in the sky over Toronto. And because this man is a friend of mine, and not only, as I say, honest as the day is long, but quite technically incapable of photographic manipulation, I know this to be true. And the same with my very good friends, which have taken photographs of orbs, and who also see orbs with the naked eye. It's this personal encounter that makes it real for me. And it's made it real for, I would say, thousands of people, if not tens of thousands around the globe. Now, this process will continue. And especially now that orbs and ghosts and all these sort of things are on television, they will increase fantastically over the next, well, they have been in the last couple of years, and that will continue. So, let me see, have I missed anything? I always seem to miss something when I'm rambling on like this. There are a number of books predicting the future and how it will be either glorious or not so glorious. I find many people are attracted to the not so glorious scenarios, the disaster scenarios, but I've already spoken on that and why they feel an urge or an attraction. I think it's their sense of man's inherent sinfulness and need to be punished. That's always been my feeling about people that see disaster ahead. They think we should be punished.